An anti-tank guided missile, or ATGM, is primarily designed to hit and destroy heavily armored military vehicles. The first ATGMs were developed in Germany in the first half of the 20th century, and they have been historically used to defeat light and medium tanks. As the modern battlefield evolved and the threat from massed tank formations diminished, the primary mission of the ATGM began to change. In the Cold War, manufacturers started to produce ATGMs that could bring direct fire against bunkers and other hardened targets.
Such effective countermeasures may no longer be so easy to come by in the near future because since the early 1970s, the Soviets have been fielding second-generation ATGMs.
Today, many countries are still procuring upgraded versions of Cold War designs. The latest models of anti-tank missiles, such as the FGM-148 Javelin and BGM-71 Tau, provided armed forces with the capability to stop a heavily armored tank in its tracks. The Javelin, deployed since 1996, is a versatile, single-operator, man-portable anti-tank weapon system. Javelin is manufactured by a partnership between Raytheon and Lockheed Martin. It is currently fielded by the US Army and the US Marine Corps, and it has also been widely adopted internationally. Javelin has been modified to defeat multiple target types, and the FGM-148F version has a blast fragmentation warhead. The Raytheon-manufactured BGM-71 tube-launched optically tracked wire-guided missile entered US Army service in 1970. Exported to more than 45 countries, it remains the primary ground-launched heavy anti-armored missile in the US Army and the US Marine Corps. It can be mounted on a tripod for dismounted use, or integrated on vehicles and helicopters. Improvements to the missile include warhead upgrades, with extended range models effective out to 4,500 meters. Users of legacy ATGMs are still working on finding ways to defeat well-protected tanks and overcome the limits of earlier types, such as lack of fire-and-forget capability and the backblast effect. Many legacy ATGM are today being replaced. 20th century models used solid propellants, which had a limited life and called for efficient and controllable alternatives.